This 70th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge Trip of Honor is sponsored by the Alcoa Foundation. This is not the first time 89-year-old Jesse Davis walked the stone road around this Belgian castle in Bastogne. He was brought here to the 101st Airborne Headquarters injured after a German artillery shell hit near his foxhole during the Battle of the Bulge.
The truck stopped. It was a building right there, and I opened the door, and somebody challenged me, of course.
He's returning to reclaim something he lost here 70 years ago, found in the attic of this castle.
There's the floor.
Yeah, I'm relieved.
But Jesse is not the only veteran in search of something.
How does that make you feel to be back right to the spot here?
It doesn't soak in yet.
These 11 Battle of the Bulge veterans who fought in Luxembourg and Belgium left part of themselves here and are returning to find peace and closure.
Trying to get all the things you've seen and done out of your mind. You'd have buddies, and then 2 or 3 days they'd be gone, and something had happened to them, you know. And you think about how many people got hurt and killed.
It's for those who didn't return home that these aging heroes come back to honor.
Welcome everybody here. We are so glad and proud and honored to have you here. We cannot thank you enough for what you did. It's not only simple words, you know, but it does come from the bottom of our hearts. You are the greatest generation.
Luxembourg are proud to present you the Medal of Honor awarded to you for all your achievements during World War II, and thank you from our bottom of the heart for everything you did here in Luxembourg and around Luxembourg for our liberation. Thank you so much.
These countries open their arms to their American liberators, offering medals, hugs, and even a kiss of gratitude.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
These men, though elderly, are forever young.
Well, let me hug you too.
All right.
For now, yeah. For now, yeah.
Hey, I don't like that a bit.
Show you how to make it.
That's the Navy way, I'm told. Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Rowell, in recognition of your selfless services and brave achievements during World War II.
It brings back some peace to your heart and your mind, able to come back. Well, for so many years I couldn't even talk about it. But it's better today. It's better.
I bring back a lot of memories, more familiar with what I was used to. Bring back me real close to where I was with my comrades. And that's very encouraging for me to remember them, but I always wanted to come back, and this is my complete wish. See, be here since 70 years ago.
Hello, sir. Nice to meet you.
It's a wish fulfilled that brings honor, healing, and hope by once-in-a-lifetime meetings like this.
And the train for him. See how talented my vets are?
That's fantastic.
Or the time our group arrived at the Henri Chapelle American Cemetery at the exact moment a traveling choir from Holland was there to sing to the fallen soldiers. It was a beautiful surprise.
Thank you, sir, for what you've done for us.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
I've never had the recognition here as I have on this trip, and it makes me feel like whatever I did was worth it.
But as honor builds on this trip, so do the painful memories of war.
We were sitting on the top of a hill, waiting to go down to a town, and a young boy, couldn't have been over 8 or 9 years old, walks up the hill. Nobody paid no attention to him. He drops a hand grenade in the track next to us. It killed 3 of the men and wounded 4 more. Of course, that kid was riddled with bullets. That was the worst experience, I believe, in my mind. Never will want to go through it again.
70-year-old foxholes welcomed our veterans in the Ardennes to once again stand where soldiers once stood.
Oh, it was cold. It was, I mean, we never went in a building anywhere. Well, in fact, there wasn't any, too many. But we'd sleep in the foxholes. Every time we stopped, we'd dig a hole and get in it.
My buddy, he said, they told us to dig in, and I said, he said, I don't want to dig. It was raining. He said, I can't, of course you just have to lay down, sleep on the ground. And he said, let's just pitch our little old pup tent. You get half of a tent, he had half a tent, we put it together, we crawled in there, and we no more crawled in there, and a mortar shell hit right the side of the tent, but the ground was so muddy, it went way down in the ground before it went off. Blew our tent and blew mud all over it. We got up and started digging.
It was in a foxhole like this where Jesse Davis was injured and his buddy killed. Medics brought him here, where his duffel bag was misplaced.
This doesn't look very well.
Miraculously, it was found in 2008 by this Belgian man in the attic of the castle. Items removed and some of the canvas cut.
There is something that I always love to do whenever I find something that dates back to World War II with the name of the owner on it. I always try to make an investigation and try to see whether or not the family of this soldier or himself are still alive.
Luckily, it had Jesse's serial number on it, one that he knows well.
385-577-83 on it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the duffel bag that our friend Jesse lost here 70 years ago.
If it hadn't been for this bag here, it was so cold up here. I carried it with me. It was so cold, and at night I would put it up over, keep my feet from freezing.
Yeah. And so it is my great personal honor and pleasure
Thank you very much.
give you back this piece of cloth here. Don't know what you're gonna do with it. Anyways.
Well, I think my grandson's gonna want this. He wants anything that I had during the war. Okay. He'd like to have my 45.
Thank you very much.
I wasn't gonna come at first. Hell, I don't want to go over there and see all that. Now I'm really glad I did.
Hope deferred makes the heart sick, as King Solomon said in the scriptures, but a dream fulfilled is a tree of life.
This is one of the amazing things I never thought I'd ever do. And I appreciate everybody that got this up for us to go. It's just something out of this world.
This 70th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge Trip of Honor is sponsored by the Alcoa Foundation.